About a week ago, I finished Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Metacritic's highest rated game of all time, coming at a 99%. I've heard many critics and fans alike sharing how Ocarina of Time is the greatest game of all time, and others saying that it's overrated. So I felt like I needed to try it for myself. Downloading the file to my emulator, I hear the calm keys of the piano added with the galloping noise of Link's horse. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time. Today I'll tell you why. The story begins with a young Link woken on a small quest to save the Deku Tree. You get your sword and shield, and after powering through it and destroying the evil monsters within the Deku Tree, you think you saved it, but you don't. With the tree's final words, he warns you about the evil Ganondorf. And yourself being young Link, you couldn't care less. You meet a pony, you plant some magic beans, and you go to the Temple of Time. But out of all the places you go to, the Temple of Time always felt different to me. You enter, and the camera slowly pans down, added with the echoey sound of almost a choir, giving you the feeling that this is a sacred place that is full of mystery, almost telling you that the so-called Temple of Time will be a key factor later in the game. Atmosphere. When I was describing the Temple of Time, I was expressing atmosphere. And Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is full of it. Whether it's Hyrule's lively market, filled to the brim with lively characters, like this guy always trying to find his date, and this girl obsessed with her dogs, or the Shadow Temple, or it's just the most evil shit I've ever seen. What is this? What is...
Fucking whores!
These places really come to life thanks to Koji Kondo's masterfully crafted track, which is arguably one of the greatest video game soundtracks ever made. You have Hyrule's castle theme, which sounds exactly like an adventure you're going to embark on. You also have Zora Domain's theme, which sounds so relaxing and soothing. Koji Kondo's soundtrack is literally the backbone of Ocarina of Time. The atmosphere wouldn't be there, nor the characters, if the soundtrack wasn't there. The first half of the game is so beautiful, meeting so many lovely characters and friends along the way. You meet this rock-eating fellow that is your sworn brother, Princess Rudo, a fish lady who wants to be your wife, and Serena, the quiet one that gives you your ocarina. Fighting hidden secrets are everywhere along your journey, which really boost replayability. You can find these spiders, and once killed, they turn these spider people back into humans. Which, first of all, what the fuck comes up with that? You can also fall down a hole and there's a cow there.
What? What the fuck?
And after meeting so many happy and exciting characters, you can't wait to see what's next. But you're greeted with Zelda. That so-called Ganondorf that the Deku Tree once warned you about? Is now taking action. You enter the Temple of Time, pull the Master Sword out of its crease, and travel 7 years into the future. You then turn into an old Link. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is in fact a very dark and grim game. You fight these creepy and obscure monsters made worse with terrifying dungeons. A lot of your closest friends as a kid are killed to destroy what you swore to protect. You're an adult now, and it's time to pick up the pieces.
I'm joking! Stop! 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 Ah! Stop! Stop the brake! Stop! Stop! Stop!
But even when you're at the lowest of your lows, you keep on persevering, and you see the light at the end of the long-ass tunnel, thanks to the soundtrack and memorable characters. Zelda Ocarina of Time isn't just a high-rated game, rather a sentiment of what video games should aspire to be. It's an intricate story with the theme of growing up, where the characters are just as memorable as the soundtrack. People will always say how this game is overrated, but then again, you can't talk down to perfection. And that's why Zelda Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time.